It's my honor to welcome our first keynote speaker today, Brooke Lierman. Brooke is the Maryland's 34th comptroller and the first woman to be independently elected to one of the state's constitutional offices. An attorney, formal civil rights and disability rights lawyer, and 8-year member of the House of Delegates representing Baltimore City. Fun fact about Comptroller Lierman is that she began her public service as an AmeriCorps Vista volunteer working with children in public housing, bringing a lifelong commitment to equity and opportunity to her leadership. So, Comptroller Lierman, I'm so excited to have you here today, and thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Matt, and a huge thank you to all of the organizers who pulled this together. An incredible number of Marylanders from around the state are joining, as I see. So thank you to all of you for taking some time on a busy Saturday afternoon to join us and to be informed, be organized, and to keep moving our state forward. Looking at this participant list, I see climate leaders, environmental advocates, community organizers, legislators, people who understand the urgency of the moment that we are in. Climate change is not some distant threat, right? It is happening now. And it takes all of us working together to meet this moment and to meet the challenge. So when I first took office, I was elected in 2022 and was sworn in just about 3 years ago. When I took office, we set a new vision for our agency to work in partnership to create a Maryland that is more equitable, more resilient, and more prosperous, where every single person can reach their full potential. And we simply cannot achieve that vision unless we confront the challenges that climate change bring us head on. So here's what we need to understand, and I know that you all do. Climate change is not just an environmental issue, right? It's a justice issue, it's a health crisis, and fundamentally, it's also an economic issue. And I say that speaking as the state's elected CFO, right? We are already paying the price for climate change. Right here in Maryland, we have faced 85 extreme weather events since 1980, which has caused nearly $20 billion in damages. So in May of 2025, Maryland experienced the devastating physical and fiscal effects of extreme weather when floods ravaged areas in Mountain Maryland and Allegheny and Washington counties. This extreme weather, it means roads and homes destroyed, power grids knocked out, sewer systems failing. Low-income communities and communities of color often bear the brunt of these disasters, right? They struggle to recover and don't have adequate resources. On Earth Day of last year, 2025, our office put a stake in the ground. We said we need to make sure that people understand that this is an economic issue. And so we released a climate change cost report as part of our state spending series to explain state expenses and share lessons learned from across the US about cost drivers of critical infrastructure and other public goods projects that are essential to resilient growth. Well, this report, it outlined the categories and the types of costs associated with climate change, examining the costs of both action and inaction and the impacts. So yes, there is a cost to addressing climate change, right? Our report found that protecting Maryland from chronic coastal flooding alone will probably cost an estimated, $27 billion by 2040. However, doing nothing will cost more. And the longer we wait, the more expensive it gets. That's why I'm so pleased that we are now moving forward on our costs of climate change study, outlined by the Renew Act, passed by the General Assembly, spearheaded by Delegate Fraser Hidalgo, Senator Katie Fry Hester. And I'm so pleased to have worked with the governor's office and you all to make sure that we are moving forward on this report. And I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who stepped up, who didn't let up to say this report is essential. It will give lawmakers critical information on the costs associated with the impacts of climate change and will provide our Attorney General essential information and data as well. By quantifying the impact of greenhouse gas emissions on our communities, this study will build a roadmap for financial resilience in Maryland amid the challenges of climate change. But we know that this is a study that many people have to give input to for it to be correct. That's why we're coordinating an interagency work group to support the study to ensure that all partner agencies are at the table and that this study meets the criteria outlined in the legislation. By investing today in a sustainability and in climate resilience, we are investing in our health and in our future. By centering people in these conversations, we're making it clear that climate change, it's not abstract, right? This is a deeply personal issue. It affects our families, it affects our neighbors, and it affects our kids and their futures. I am so grateful to live in Maryland, a state where our governor and our General Assembly and all of you live and understand the importance of confronting climate risks with clarity, courage, and accountability. Thank you for all of your advocacy. Thank you for your efforts to make Maryland a more resilient state for all of us. Because, as I often say, we all do better when we all do better. I am proud to be your partner. I am so proud to have created the Office of Climate Resilience Director. I know Kim Pezza, our first director, is on with us. I'm proud to have a climate advisory council made up of many of you to advise us and to spread our message around. And I'm excited to work in partnership with you and other agencies to make sure that we publish this essential cost of climate change report. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." I'd just like to add, and are willing to work to make those dreams a reality. You all are showing up and ready to work, and for that, I am so grateful and excited to continue being your partner. Onwards, thank you, and have a great afternoon.
Great. Thank you so much, Comptroller. Really, really appreciate the great remarks and high encouragement. How can people who want to get involved, how can they get in touch with your office?
Thank you. So in the chat, I have put a link to our website. We have a brand new agency website, marylandcomptroller.gov. If you go to the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a Stay Informed link. You can join our new newsletter list and get newsletters sent to you monthly about information. You can also email Kim Pezza or me. Our emails are in that chat as well, and let us know that you'd like to stay updated. Thank you again, Shore Rivers and Cecilia and everybody, Sierra Club, every LCV, everybody who organized this amazing, Lori and everybody who organized this amazing event. I look forward to continuing to work with you all.